The #1 question I get asked on the channel is, Drew, why haven't you turned the Transit into a monster truck? No, it's really not. A lot of you guys want to know what's happening with the MX-5. There's a long story to go with it, so I wanted to give you guys an update, but I also wanted to give you a walk around of one of the maddest workshops I've ever encountered. In case you haven't guessed by the absolute insanity that awaits outside, by the bright green Beamer and the lifted Ford Transit, we are down at Mohawk Customs to see Wayde. But like I said, before we go in and bother Wayde, I just want to have a quick run through. These are his personal cars, so this is probably one of the moments that he's most famous for. This is his E91, I think it is, the estate version. So E90 sort of generation of BMW. This did once upon a time start off as a normal estate. Everything you see here, Wayde has done himself. I mean, with cars like this, I really don't know where to start. I'm so glad he's given me permission to have a full walk around. So, as you can see, M3 styling on the front, the M3 front bumper, as well as the bonnet with the bonnet bulge, but he has cut in some functional vents as well. Wide arches that Wayde absolutely loves, and what I love is a lot of people do bolt-on arches, yes, even me with the MX-5, but it's so much work to get them blended in and to get them looking as slick as Wayde does. And what I love with Wayde is it's not just the wide arches he does, he prides himself on doing the finer details, so within the wheel arches and stuff like that, he likes to look smart as well. The width on it is absolutely insane. So the wheels, I believe they're 7 Series wheels. These are not the ones that are staying on you. These were his trial wheels, I believe, but he's running them for now because he liked the sizing. Wow. And I know one of the latest additions is the pink accents. That is a beautiful color pink. So as we move along, you'll notice, yeah, it is an E91, I'm guessing, from the V91. So beautifully done. Obviously used to be an estate. What he's done now is turned it into a van, because this is his work van, which I find crazy. And he does drive this thing. This is not a show pony. He does drive the thing. He drove it all the way to Modern Axe not too long ago as well. So incredible fabrication there. And I told him before he needs to get his name on there to show it off, and I'm glad he's done that now. So you'd probably look at this and be like, oh, that's a funky wrap. No, he has everything you see paint-wise. Wayde has done himself. All of this is airbrushed and hand-painted. You should see, I did forget to say, Wayde has started a new YouTube channel, again, by himself, still under the name Mohawk Customs. I'll put a link in the description. Going out on his own, which is, we know how hard that is, guys, so if we can go over to them, get him a subscribe and just give him some support, and this is the type of work you'll get to see. But yeah, on one of the videos, you'll see the layers. He literally had to do this thing in layers, airbrushing and stuff like that. But it still drives. Underneath it is a 320D, and like I said, he drives this thing. He built it to be driven. I mean, just look at the width on it. So, blended rear arches on the rear as well. I love the back end. How aggressive does that look with the dual exit, everything like that. And of course, if you've watched any of his videos, you'll understand that. So you think, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. How can you top that? Well, he's managed to do it because, and again, I've seen videos on this thing, but when you see it in person, it's quite intimidating with the size. I don't know if you'll be able to judge. Yeah, it's quite big. So what this is, you'd think it's a Ford Transit with some big wheels. No, that is not Wayde's style. What this is a Range Rover chassis, Range Rover running gear, with a Transit put on top. So this is, as you see it now, is very much a project. It is moving amazingly under its own steam. Managed to get out here, but again, still issues to sort. This is still very much a project. So under the bonnet there, M51 BMW diesel straight six. I am a big fan of BMW's diesel straight sixes. Obviously very tunable as well, because you're gonna need, obviously where speed is not the thing here, what he needs is torque to get these bleeding wheels moving. Speak of the devil, don't be shy, don't be shy. So Wayde just come out just to bully me and say how much better his Mondeo, how much better his Mondeo is than mine. We'll get to that in a bit. No, I'm only joking. A few more details I just wanted to show on this. Again, it's only when you look up close, you'll see he's had to custom make all of the details here. He's just gone with the aggressive teeth looking thing there. with the M logo there. That is amazing. And even all of this with the lights, everything is custom fabricated. God, the more you look, the more intimidating it seems. He has given me permission to try and jump in. Look at that. Right. You've definitely got to be a man to jump in here. So what I find amazing, first impression, wow, this could be a very, well, this will be a very practical thing as well. Like we said, Range Rover running gear. We got the Transit Dash, which is amazing, but we've got the Range Rover clocks, these very, very comfy Range Rover seats. So you get the benefits of a Range Rover and the looks of a Transit. I really am hoping once this thing is up and running, Wayde will give us a little... Oof! Never had to skydive out of a vehicle before. I'm hoping he'll take us out for a drive in there so we can have a proper video of it. But like I said, you can see just how crazy this thing is. So we've got old trusty, all reliable there. That is my Mark III Mondeo there. And this is basically what I would love mine to look like. So this is Wayde's daily. Got the work van, the daily, and I imagine that's probably just what he's going to pop to the shops in, knowing Wayde. Mondeo ST, I love what he's done with this. It just looks so aggressive, and that number plate is spot on. A lot of people don't realise like his fabrication work is phenomenal, but he does mechanical work as well. So if there's any basic stuff you want done to your car, whether it is sort of basic modifications or servicing, anything like that, because I know a lot of people are probably like me. I've got a lot of modified cars. I wouldn't trust my car going to a normal garage, because the amount of people who look at modified cars and just think, either A, I'm not working on it, or B, they think it's stupid so they won't look after it. Wayde is a complete opposite. He takes pride in everything that he does. There was a couple of things I wanted to show in here. This, I absolutely love. An old Cavalier, the two-door Cavalier. And I don't know what it is, those wheels for me against the white just look fantastic. And I'd love to tell you what that is, but I haven't got a clue. Wait, what is that?
It's a Barkas.
A Barkas?
Yeah, 1963 Barkas B100, I think, or B1000.
1963?
Yeah, she's old.
Wow. And it's still aged better than me. Holy cow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can tell you, yeah. I have no question about you. Yeah, see, Wayde's only 16, look at the stay on him. So back to what I was saying, not only does he do mechanical stuff, this started off as like a mechanical job, the guy...
Yeah, turbo job.
Yeah, so a turbo job. But the guy said he wanted an intercooler, and like I said, he wanted it on display, customers' words, and Wayde likes to deliver, and that's certainly on display. Again, a running project at the moment, but I'm looking forward to seeing that when it's done, because that is a bit crazy. But now I think we should, I'm just trying to avoid it because this is the real reason we're here. I did this before with the original underseal. Look who it is, guys. There she is, my pride and joy. Oh, I wonder if you'll mind me showing you around the Mohawk Customs graveyard. I'm like a child, sorry. I love some of the work that Wayde's done over the years. And he keeps a lot of them back here. It's not a graveyard, it's just, once again, he's got all these projects on the go. No time to finish them, hence why me and him get on so well. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years back, this is how crazy he is. He took an Audi S3, I think it was, S3 running gear and everything like that. Basically put it into a Ford KA, or put the Ford KA on top. Yeah, he loves his KAs. So the first one we're greeted with here is the Sport KA, which has really grown on me over the years. I do think they used to be sort of a laughing stock, as you know, it was a KA. But the sport ones really grown on me. And on those wheels, wow. I'm really not sure what the story is with this. Peugeot 205. I mean, it looks about as clean as my MX-5. But driven a couple of these, I do love a 205. So this was the main one I wanted to show you. I'd say this is probably one of the ones that Wayde is most known for. Is E39. Massive wide arches again, but look, let's see if I can get to the back. So not only is it like batshit crazy, the rear arch, oh yeah, I've seen better days, but the rear, I love how he sort of blended the doors and stuff like that. As I said, his finish that looks like an Evo spoiler as well. I'm gonna ask him about that, but I know his plans for this is twin turbo V8, so I'll definitely be keeping in touch. because I do want to see that thing running again. It's in a bit of a sad state, but I know this is his love. He will get this back on the road. Another KA, and what looks like a TT tucked back there. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys this is the type of stuff that Wayde's into, and this is why I feel confident bringing my car here. And there's a couple of custom things I want to do on the MX-5, so I just thought, who better than a madman like Wayde? So back to the MX-5. I really appreciate all the inquiries of what's happening with the MX-5. And like I said, a lot of people don't realize I've got two. The one is just sat outside the unit. I've taken off the roads, ready to strip to put all the good bits onto this. But we've got a lot of work to do. This is the this is the clean one. This is the better one. So I want to clear a couple of things up. Where do I start? So where I worked in a previous job, I had some amazing friends, some amazing colleagues. This was absolutely rotten. There were no sills, and it rotted quite far under. Carl and Stu from my previous job, like absolute legends, absolute gems. They did all of the major welding and obviously did a fantastic job because that's what they do. I cannot thank them enough. And once the car is up and running, I do want to sort of show them how it's all come out. I took it somewhere else to get the finishing work done and did what I wanted. There was a couple of things I wasn't happy with, but I had to sort of get the car away. There was just circumstances changed, and there was a couple of things I wasn't happy with, so I brought it down to Wayde now. And where it is at the moment, Wayde has already started getting some of the underseal off, but we're basically going to take the underseal off. I can't believe I'm saying it. Take all the underseal off, start again. Wayde's going to finish. There's a couple of little bits in the welding, of course, it's an MX-5. But once all that's done, it's the ball ache then of undersealing it, protecting it. But then that is where the fun stuff happens. I've already had a chat with Wayde about some custom stuff because we need this car to be a bit crazy. This is going to be like my show pretty car. I want to be a bit crazy, try and make it a bit different because there's a lot of MX-5s out there. And like I said, Wayde, I think, is the best person to work with to do that. Yeah, the subframes and everything. I'm also thinking I cannot unsee, whenever I look under here and see the yellow and the red, I just think McDonald's, and I can't unsee it. So what I'm thinking, to play it safe and to make it look a bit more slick, is do all of this black instead and just leave the red accents as like the crazy part. I think that's the right way to do it. So my job today, unfortunately, is getting all of this underseal crap off, because there's a good few layers as well. I'm not looking forward to this, but it's nice to see you. Not in this state, but certainly nice to see you. Do you fancy a laugh? Of course you do. Everyone fancies a laugh. What I forgot to mention about Wayde is he's very, very health and safety conscious. If you believe that, you believe anything. Right, I'm 3 minutes in. I'm bored now. I want to go home. No, it's coming off quite nicely. And I don't think I said it before. I want to say a massive thanks to Wayde, because if you notice, this funky little contraption he's managed to get the MX-5 on, all by himself, I think, by the way. So rather than me laying on my back, which I was dreading, at least I can sit and get semi-comfortable. And yeah, he's even given me all of his safety equipment. What a gentleman. Nice. Right, I feel like I'm about 36 hours into this. It's not quite that bad, but we are slowly making progress, less and less yellow. I dread to think what my face looks like. It's not fun, my arms are killing, so, and my back. But like I said, progress at the moment. I'm gonna get some life back into my limbs. And then right back at it, I suppose. There's some real awkward parts, bear in mind I'm doing it with that big grinder. Trying to get into these parts, and just like actually into the sill. As you can see, I've tried there, is a real pain. I can see if Wayde's got any like top tips to get into the awkward bits. Put it out.
You saliva over me.
This is the kind of treatment you get when you come to Mohawk Customs. You get to spit on Wayde and he actually encourages it. I think we're going to call it a day for now. Like I said, progress is better than no progress. Getting into all the little nooks and crannies there was a bit of a pain, but what I'm going to do next time is come a bit better prepared. I'm going to bring all my drill attachments with the wire brushes and bring a kneeling pad because this has wrecked my knees. But most of that side is done. Most of that side is done. So I'm hoping this won't take as long as we thought, because Wayde and I have been talking, and I do want to drop the subframe maybe and just get rid of all this. This is quite thick by there, but we think in the rear, places like that are low risk, low impact, there's no point getting it all off. We might as well just paint over it just because I want it black. This thing's been sat for months. But yeah, I think that's where we are for now. Just wanted to give you guys an update that this is through my fault, not Wayde's. This is the only progress that's been made. Got a lot going on, as you probably would have seen from the other cars, the Civics. It's just finding the time to do this, but I am now I've got my own sort of space here, which Wayde I am really grateful for. I'm going to come down on my days off and just plow away with it, because it really won't take that much longer if I just come down a bit earlier next time, just go full speed and get it done, because then all the fun stuff can begin. We can turn it back into a car, and this is where I want Wayde's creativeness to come in and just make it a bit more crazy. But yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Boom.